What's going on, everybody? It's Nice Pants Lance. Today we've got our little project bike here, the 1994 Yamaha Virago 535, known as the XV 535. And today we're just gonna go for a little spin on it. We got it fired up, or rather I got it fired up. Sounds amazing. Went from sounding like a refrigerator to sounding like a kind of like a Sportster almost. Okay, I'm sorry, it's not quite like a Sportster, but it sounds good with these baffles removed. All right, so let's get it fired up. This bike is carbureted, but it does have a fuel pump, so you'll hear the fuel pump priming. It's kind of a neat system. So also, please don't be offended, but yeah, I'm just taking a spin around the block. I am not changing into better clothes. I'm wearing flip-flops and shorts. I'll just get that right out of the way right now, but I'm wearing a helmet, so don't judge me. I don't care. All right, so we got the choke, kickstand up. Oh. There we go. There we go. Sunk in first. All right, let's see if I can turn this choke down a little bit. All right, good enough. I'll turn it off when I'm riding. This bike isn't very fast. It's not going very well. I mean, it sounds good and it feels good, but I don't know if it's just me, but it feels like it's kind of, I don't know, like it's down on power or something. I know this is only a 535cc V-twin, but yeah, okay, so yeah, I was giving it all she had, and I couldn't get this motorcycle over 55 miles an hour. I was kind of going up a hill there, but yeah, I know this is not the most powerful bike, but shouldn't it be able to do 55 or, I mean, 65? Like, that's not good. That's not very good at all. This is okay. I'm looking at a hill right now, so I'm just gonna bomb it going as fast as I can. I'm gonna give it all she's got. I'm giving it all she's got. Okay. Wow. That was pretty sad. There's something wrong. This should be able to go over 55 miles an hour. We got going 55 miles an hour down that hill. Down that hill. Weird. Very, very strange. All right, let's pull this back in the garage. All right, we got the Virago 535 back in the garage. There's definitely something not right with this. I consulted the Facebook forum gods, and all the members from the Virago 535 groups seem to point to these diaphragms that sit in there. Now, I did buy a carb rebuild kit for this bike. That's where I got the new valve, the new float valves from. But these are the diaphragms that everyone is saying causes that lack of power under 65. Seems to be a common thing with this bike. I guess all the vacuum that the bike gets comes from these diaphragms sealing on the covers for each Mikuni carburetor. So we're gonna break into that, and just when I thought the maintenance was done, we got more fiddling around to do. So bear with me. I'll take these diaphragms out and see what condition they're in. Kind of feels like there's a spring in there, which now that I recall, I think there is a spring in there, and that's the actual slide spring for these carburetors. This thing comes with dual Mikunis, obviously, but yep, oh yeah, there's a spring in there. Yep, there she is. Hey, you know, this doesn't look too bad, but man, it kind of looks like it's torn a little bit. Let me see if I can get this out without doing any damage. Oh, here we go. Here's the slide. And it does look like it's torn a little bit on the side, but to be honest with you, after that, it doesn't really look that bad. It doesn't look that horrible, but it is tearing at the seam right there. Now this does have a little pin in it, so you'll need to remove all that hardware and swap it over to the new diaphragm. All right, so when I undid the flathead plug at the bottom of the diaphragm, all this fell out, the spring, all that stuff. So it looks like I'm gonna have to put all that and swap it all over to the new setup here. So just give me a second. So I went to take the other diaphragm off, and it just like completely fell apart on me. So, you know, I'm no professional motorcycle mechanic, but I'd wager that probably had something to do with the original issue. Like, what is that? That's terrible. Terrible construction. All right, so I got the slide back in, but I'm having a hard time sealing this rubber diaphragm boot. I'm having a hard time sealing it because you need to have it like really pressed in. So I took a little bit of grease and I ran it along the outside. This has to be aligned with the little tab, and hopefully the grease that I put on the rim here will hold this in place while I get the cover on. So it looks like it's doing the trick. Looks like that grease will help to seal this flat. So if you don't know how to get these diaphragms to stay put while you put the cover on, that's how you do it. And then just make sure the spring fits into that little center piece there. And then gently and carefully put that cover back on. Now the one thing I have to mention is that not all the pieces I got in the rebuild kit were the exact same. So I had to do a little modification to the slide needle. I'll show you right here. See, it's got the little locating pin thing right here. But on the directly 180 degrees of that, there's like a little nub or a little boss feature type thing that's coming off of this little washer, and that is getting in the way on these new slides. So I filed that off, and now they work properly. So I'm gonna get the other slide back in, and hopefully we'll fire this thing up. I just wanted to show you the slide before I put it back in. So the rounded edge of this slide is what you want to apply the grease on, just a little bit. That actually fits into this groove that goes around the outside of the carb. So you don't want any of the grease to fall on the inside or, you know, on the outside there. You don't want to smush it too bad. You just want to get that rim stuck down into that groove so the plate goes on properly. Oh, I also drilled out these slide lift holes. The performance jet kit that I bought said to do that, so I hope that was the right move. I hope that was the right thing to do. So, okay, that went in well. Now I just gotta press this. Just form this. And it's not the easiest, but just do your best to make sure that it's as sealed and as flush as you can make it. There we go. There we go. Look at that. Beautiful. That diaphragm is beautifully seated. Yes. Aha, that does work. The grease trick works magically. And then this spring goes back in. Okay, the diaphragms are in. So here we go. Here we go. Wow, that freaking like came right alive. Barely got it to turn over once. Wow. Ooh. Whoa! Oh my goodness. Whoa, okay. First of all, this bike sounds like it's running way better. Throttle response is crisp. Woo! So we're gonna take this thing for another ride.